Everyone thinks our personality is fixed. They're profoundly wrong. Our deepest sense of self, our character, our moral compass, it feels immutable, doesn't it? A core essence that defines us from birth to grave. But what if a single, brutal accident could shatter that illusion, revealing the very architecture of who we are? The year was 1848. A young, capable railroad foreman named Phineas Gage was working in Cavendish, Vermont. He was known for his steady hand, his pleasant demeanor, his responsible nature. His crew was blasting rock to lay new tracks. The process involved packing explosive powder into a drill hole with a long, heavy iron rod or tamping iron. On September 13th, a moment of distraction, a spark. The powder ignited prematurely. The tamping iron, over 3 feet long, weighing 13 pounds, launched skyward. It went straight through Phineas Gage's head. It entered just beneath his left cheekbone, pierced the front of his brain, and exited through the top of his skull, landing some 80 feet away. The sheer mechanics of it are almost unbelievable. Miraculously, Phineas Gage didn't die. He didn't even lose consciousness immediately. He spoke. He walked. Doctors found him sitting up, recounting the incident with astonishing clarity. Dr. John Martin Harlow, his attending physician, meticulously documented the case. The physical recovery was remarkable, though long and painful. But it was the other asterisk transformation that would captivate the medical world. Before the accident, Gage was described as intelligent, energetic, shrewd in business, and a favorite among his peers. He was the kind of man you'd want to lead your team. But after the iron rod tore through his frontal lobes, Phineas Gage was, in many ways, no longer Phineas Gage. His memory, his motor skills, his intelligence, these seemed largely intact. Yet his personality had been radically altered. Dr. Harlow wrote that Gage was now fitful, irreverent, indulging at times in the grossest profanity, impatient of restraint or advice when it conflicts with his desires. He became capricious, obstinate, and prone to violent outbursts. His friends and family said he was no longer Gage. The man they knew, the man they loved, had vanished. This case provided the first compelling evidence that specific parts of the brain are responsible for complex aspects of personality, social conduct, and ethical behavior. It was a seismic shift in our understanding. Prior to Gage, many believed the mind was a single, undifferentiated entity, or that personality resided in the heart or even the soul, separate from the physical brain. It opened a new frontier for neuroscience. Specifically, the damage was to his prefrontal cortex, the very front part of the brain responsible for executive functions, planning, decision-making, impulse control, and social reasoning. When we struggle with self-control, when we act impulsively, when we fail to consider the consequences of our actions, we're seeing echoes of what Gage's injury laid bare. His story forces us to confront a profound question. If our personality, our very sense of right and wrong, can be so drastically altered by physical damage, what does that say about free will, about who we truly are? For us, in the modern world, understanding Gage's case offers invaluable perspective. It reminds us that our brains are not merely computational machines. They are the very seat of our character, our values, our identity. This isn't to say we're automatons dictated by biology alone, but it does underscore the intricate dance between our physical selves and our conscious experience. It empowers us to consider the profound impact of brain health through nutrition, sleep, mindfulness, on not just our cognitive abilities, but on our very disposition and moral fiber. The story of Phineas Gage also reveals the incredible plasticity of the brain, its capacity to adapt and heal even after catastrophic trauma. Gage lived for another 12 years after his accident. Later research suggests that while his initial personality changes were severe, he may have eventually regained some social functionality, finding work as a stagecoach driver in Chile. This nuance is crucial. It hints at the brain's astonishing ability to compensate, to reroute, to find new ways of functioning. It's a testament to human resilience. Phineas Gage's legacy is a humbling one. He was an accidental pioneer, his suffering unlocking one of the deepest mysteries of the human condition, the material basis of our immaterial self. His story reminds us to approach ourselves and others with empathy, understanding that the intricate machinery of the mind deeply shapes who we are and how we navigate the world. Explore how ancient wisdom approached the self before modern science in our next video.